There's a wide range of behaviors, actions, and situations that can pose a threat to the safety and well being of those in the workplace. Physical violence is usually the first thing that comes to mind on the topic of workplace violence. This includes hitting, slapping, pushing, or any other form of physical assault that causes harm. It may also involve weapons or other objects that can be used to inflict harm. Physical violence can result in serious injuries or even fatalities, and it severely impacts the overall work environment. But workplace violence isn't limited to physical assault. Verbal abuse and threats are also significant forms of workplace violence. This includes yelling, swearing, insulting, or threatening harm. While it may not result in physical injuries, verbal abuse can have deeply negative effects on the productivity, morale, and psychological well being of employees. It also contributes to a toxic work culture. Harassment, bullying, and intimidation are other forms of workplace violence. These behaviors may include mocking or belittling people, or intimidating behaviors like stalking. Over time, these behaviors can create a hostile work environment, affecting not only the people targeted, but also their coworkers. Sexual harassment and assault are serious forms of workplace violence that include unwanted sexual advances, comments, touching, or assaults. Addressing sexual harassment is crucial for maintaining a respectful and safe workplace for all employees. Workplace violence can also be categorized based on the relationships between the perpetrator and the victim. For instance, violence could occur between coworkers, between supervisors and subordinates, or between employees and external individuals like clients, customers, or visitors. Each of these situations comes with unique challenges, so they'll need tailored prevention and response strategies. There are 4 distinct workplace violence types classified under SB 553. Type 1 includes workplace violence committed by someone with no legitimate business interests at the worksite. Type 2 includes violence directed at employees by customers, clients, patients, students, inmates, or visitors. Type 3 includes violence between 2 current employees or 1 current and 1 former employee. And Type 4 includes violence committed by a non-employee who has a personal relationship with an employee. The digital world has also expanded the scope of workplace violence to include cyberbullying and online harassment. Since a lot of communication and interaction occurs online, malicious behaviors such as sending threatening emails, engaging in character assassination on social media, or other forms of online harassment have to be considered within workplace violence prevention plans. Understanding the various forms of workplace violence is crucial when developing effective prevention strategies. This also helps support those affected and foster more respect and safety in the workplace. By mandating strong violence prevention plans, including training, reporting, and response mechanisms, SB 553 encourages employers to address incidents of violence proactively and effectively. This is a foundational step towards systematically approaching violence prevention. Employers must conduct thorough risk assessments and develop tailored, actionable plans. Over the long term, this culture of anticipation and preparedness is likely to minimize the occurrence of violent incidents. A written workplace violence prevention plan encourages a more formal and structured approach to violence prevention. This includes identifying potential hazards, defining procedures for reporting and responding to incidents of violence, and ensuring that all employees are educated on these procedures. Besides improving the time it takes to respond to incidents of violence, a written plan also contributes to a culture of safety and awareness that is sustainable over the long term. The training and education elements of SB 553 can also improve long-term violence prevention efforts. Through mandated training programs, employees and supervisors can better recognize the early warning signs of potential violence and be more prepared to take preventive action. Educating employees on how to report incidents and concerns can also help ensure that issues are addressed quickly before they escalate into serious incidents of violence. By requiring employers to maintain records of violent incidents and training programs, SB 553 also encourages an organizational culture of accountability and continuous improvement. Over time, the analysis of incident logs and training records can provide valuable insight into the effectiveness of violence prevention measures, as well as identify areas for improvement. This feedback loop promotes the refinement and enhancement of violence prevention plans, which is essential for long term effectiveness.